Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Yaqub and I am from Lahore, Pakistan, and I teach Ielts here in Lahore. Okay, well, once again I welcome you to my academic Ielts reading video, and this is the last video of the series, and in this video I'm going to teach you if there is true, false, not given type of questions in section 3, the last 3 questions, then how to deal with them. Let me tell you, if you get true, false, not given in section 1, the level of difficulty is just, that is easy. That is not difficult. But if you get true, false, not given in section 2, they are a little more difficult than section 1. But if you get true, false, not given in section 3, the last 3 questions or the last 4 questions, then how to tackle them, how to deal with them, this is what I'm going to teach you in this video. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, go ahead, subscribe my channel and click the bell icon. Now we go to the test. I'm going to put the camera on the test and there I'm going to solve. I'm going to teach you how to read the questions, how to underline the clue words, and how to identify the decisive words. Now what are the decisive words? The words that decide whether the statement is true, false or not given. That's what we are going to do now. Let's take a start. Alright guys, now let's take a start. Questions 38 to 40, the last questions here. Do the following statements agree and all that? You know this, I don't need to read it. Now the question is both businesses and people, alright? They are important here. Businesses and people aim to order. Alright, we read somewhere about order as well. Businesses and people aim to order without really considering its value. Now you got to see actually whether both businesses and people aim to order without really considering its value. Its value means order's value. Aim at order, businesses and people aim at order without really considering its value. That's what we got to see. So let's find businesses and people, order, and then we'll be able to just figure it out. So for this we go back. We need to scan and see. Already it's so dirty. Businesses, entrepreneurs, businesses and people, business schools. We just need to see businesses, business. Okay, demographic, dissatisfied, we read this already. Okay, businesses and people. Alright. Businesses, people, order. Businesses, people, order. Okay. Obsession with efficiency. Alright. Management theory, strategies. Okay, businesses, people and order. Okay, alright, organizations, that is business, over here, businesses and people and order. Let's see. This assumption has also fostered the idea that this order, yes. Now we need to read these 2 lines. Once again, let's read the question. Both businesses and people aim to order without really considering. Now this is the clue thing, the clue sentence, and this is the decisive statement. I told you divide it into 2 parts, the clue statement and the decisive statement. So this statement is going to decide if it is without really considering its value, then it is true. If it is with considering its value, then it's false, and if they don't mention with or without, then it's not given. So let's read now carefully. What do they say? This assumption has also fostered the idea that disorder must be detrimental to organizational policy. The result is that businesses and people spend time and money organizing themselves for the sake of organization, rather than actually looking at the end goal and usefulness of such an effort. What they do actually spend time and money organizing themselves. They spend time and money organizing themselves for the sake of organization. They do it for the sake of, rather than actually looking at the end goal and usefulness of such an effort. And here they say without considering, without really considering its value. When they say without considering its value, they are saying here clearly, the result is that businesses and people spend time and money organizing themselves for the sake of organization, rather than means without actually looking at the end goal. Now this end goal is basically its value. End goal is its value, the value of order, without really considering its value. And then they say rather than actually looking at, for considering they say the word looking at the end goal and usefulness of such an effort. So usefulness is also the value. Hence, without really considering, yes, both businesses and people aim to order without really considering its value. The answer is true. Okay, let's go on. Question number 39. Innovation is most successful if, this if is very dangerous here. Innovation is most successful, we understand. Innovation is most successful, we understand. Now this is the clue sentence. We need to find innovation if the people involved have distinct roles. Now if people involved have distinct roles, then innovation is most successful. If it is so, then it's true. Otherwise, if innovation is most successful if people involved have non-distinct roles, then it is false, and otherwise it's not given. Now for distinct roles, they will use some other words. Innovation is most successful, they might use some other words for that as well. Now let's look for word innovation. We were here, let's go on. I didn't see any innovation here. And by the way, for true, false, not given, the questions and passage, they are in the same order. Here we found the answer to question number 38. Now for 39 we read on. Innovation, innovation, increase productivity, innovation, 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 productivity, business, business, innovation, instead and all that. No, I don't find it here. Let's go on. If I find innovation, innovation, in fact research shows that see this one. Now when you find the point where there is the answer, read the question again. Innovation is most successful if the people involved have distinct roles. This distinct roles is important. In fact, research shows when innovating, the best approach is to create an environment devoid of structure and hierarchy. Devoid of structure and hierarchy. This is very, very important here. When they devoid of structure and hierarchy, means then there is no senior, no junior. It's not that you are subordinate, you are this, you are that. So when innovating, the best approach is to create an environment devoid of structure and hierarchy and enable everyone involved to engage as one organic group. Wow, one organic group. Okay, now see that over here, what do they say? Innovation is most successful if the people involved have distinct roles. Now he's not saying distinct roles, he is talking against it. He is saying actually devoid of structure and hierarchy, and then he is saying everyone involved to engage as one organic group. One organic group means no distinct roles. So that is why this is false. Alright, one of my students once said, sir, if there are only 3 questions and the first one is false, second one is true, or first one is true, second one is false, or first one is false, second one is true, then the third one must be not given. This is her tip. Anyways, let's see if it works or not. They say Google was inspired. Now Google is your clue word. Google was inspired to adopt flexibility. Okay, Google was inspired to adopt flexibility by the success of General Electric. We read about General Electric. Now listen, if Google was inspired to adopt flexibility, right? Now this is the clue word and this is the decisive word. By the success. If Google was inspired to adopt flexibility by the success of General Electric, then it is true. If Google was inspired to adopt flexibility and it's got nothing to do with General Electric, then it can be not given. And if it was by the failure or anything opposite, then it can be false as well. But if Google was inspired to adopt flexibility and they don't mention whether they were inspired by success of General Electric or not, then it's going to be not given. So Google and General Electric, let's just try to find that. Now we are going to Google. Okay, that's interesting. I found it. I mean, Google is something we can easily find, and General Electric both. Okay, they talked about General Electric here and Google is here. So the paragraph for Google starts here. Google and a number of other tech companies. Now this tech companies does not mean General Electric. Don't confuse yourselves. Google and a number of other tech companies have embraced, at least in part, these kind of flexible structures facilitated by technology and strong company values which glue people together. But do they mention actually that Google was inspired to adopt flexibility, okay, by the success of General Electric? Do they mention anything about General Electric? The answer is no. Google is here, General Electric is there. They say tech or companies, and now you might argue with me that General Electric is a tech company, but actually tech company is not General Electric. It can be any other company. There is no mention, there is no link between Google and General Electric and about their flexible structure. Hence, my student is right. The answer is not given. Clear? Alright guys, 38, 39, 40 and we are done with all. So if you solve IELTS test like this, then you're going to get 9 band in academic reading. Comment about my handwriting also if you like it. Okay guys, thank you. Welcome back. See guys, now you are familiar, rather you are you know everything about about true false not given, and you know true false not given inside out. Okay, so guys, now I request you to solve at least 4 to 5 sets of questions with true false not given and try to apply all the techniques, all the tricks, all the tips which you learned in this video. Once you apply these techniques are yours, and then comfortably you can solve true false not given quite easily. And true false not given is very, very important for academic IELTS. There are always 5 to 6 questions, and there is another cousin of true false not given, that is yes no not given. There you can apply the same techniques as well. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe my channel. I have another channel, Asad Yaqub Vlogs. You can subscribe to that as well. And I have a Facebook page, Asad Yaqub IELTS. You must like my Facebook page. I also teach IELTS online globally. I've got many international students in my online classes. If you want to be the part of my online IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best with your academic IELTS reading. Take good care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.